Dear students, good morning. This is the class for Lingue e Letterature Comparate 2 for May the 20th. Yes, May the 20th, 2020. A couple of things before we start. Remember, I just wanted to remind you about what you have to do for your exam. You know that all exams are going to be via Microsoft Teams. If you haven't already downloaded this platform, the software, please do. Remember that you need an email istituzionale, okay? So contact your secretary, contact the secretary offices for that if you don't have it already. I suppose lots of you already have it because lots of colleagues are already using it. A couple of days before the exam, you're going to receive a code from me via h46. That's why you need, to have a mail istituzionale, okay, unior.it, because that's how you could get into Teams, and that is what we're going to use for communication. So what I'm going to do is a couple of days before the exam, I'm going to send you a message via h46 with the code of the class. I can probably also prepare it in advance, so maybe I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to post it on my pagina personale, Moodle, and if I can get it set before our last class, I will do that as well. But I don't think, I can't put it on YouTube, okay? So I will just tell you that I have the code ready. You can go to my pagina personale and get it, or Moodle and get it, and then I will also send you an email via h46. You know that I have two courses going on, so AF, Asia Africa, and Comparate. This means that I'm going to use exactly the same days for both exams. Lingue Comparate, Lingue Letterature Comparate is going to do exams in the morning. Take their exams in the morning, whereas I'm going to do Asia Africa in the afternoon. This means that I'm going to do a certain amount of students every day. Just like I usually did, I will divide you in groups, hourly groups. So for instance, once I have everybody set and everybody booked their exam, I'm going to divide you in hourly groups. From 9 to 10, these people, from 10 to 11, these other people, and divide you by days, of course, because I'm human. So we'll all do the best we can, and it will be great, don't worry. I'll say that in Italian just in case. Quindi vi arriverà, una volta prenotati, vi arriverà una mail da parte mia, c'è scritto S3, ma in realtà da parte mia, dove vi darò il codice del team. Se organizzo il team prima, posterò, anche se non lo organizzo prima, posterò il codice sia sulla mia pagina personale che sul vostro Moodle. E mi sono dimenticata che cosa ho detto in inglese anche. Ok, dovete avere una mail istituzionale, chiaramente, sia per accedere a Teams che per ricevere poi le informazioni, perché le informazioni che io manderò tramite S3 arrivano alla mail che voi avete indicato a S3. In ogni caso, controllate le mail che avete dato e vi arriveranno le informazioni così. Qualche giorno prima dell'esame, così come facevo in presenza, vi dividerò per gruppi orari. Che cosa significa? Che io farò lingue e letterature comparate la mattina, quindi dirò dalle 9 alle 10 queste persone, dalle 10 alle 11 queste persone e così via, fino ad arrivare alle 2, 1:30, 2 del pomeriggio, perché poi attacco con Asia Africa. Questo significa che se siete in tanti, gli esami dureranno, sarete divisi non solo per gruppi orari, ma anche per giorni. E niente, questo. All'esame dovrete avere il microfono e il video spenti, tutti coloro che non devono sostenere l'esame in quell'esatto momento. Devono avere accesa la videocamera e il microfono solo 2 persone, le prime 2 persone che io chiamo, perché vi chiamo a gruppi per una questione di testimonianza, diciamo. Poi vi chiederò io scriverò il vostro voto nella chat, vi chiederò di approvarlo o rifiutarlo, sempre per iscritto via chat, e nulla, questo è. Vi chiederò chiaramente di farmi vedere una carta d'identità, quindi tenetela a portata di mano, cioè, insomma, tenetela con voi, non fate perdere tempo. E poi molto serenamente, insomma, studiate, fate il vostro dovere, io farò il mio e dovrebbe andare tutto liscio. Okay? So for those I said a couple of things in Italian that I didn't say in English. So for the day of the exam, I'm going to divide you, yes, in hourly groups and day groups if there are lots of people. And then for the moment of the exam, you are supposed to have your microphone and your camera off if you are not directly involved in the exam. And I'm going to call 2 people at a time. Okay? That's it. Just study. Take your time to study, of course. Take it easy. And I'm pretty sure everything will be okay. Moving on to today's class. Okay, remember that on Monday we talked about different cases of ambiguity, polysemy, synonymy and polysemy. And, okay, ambiguity, yes, we talked about this. We talked about speech acts, but more specifically about performative acts and performative verbs. As for today, we're going to talk about locutionary, perlocutionary, and illocutionary acts. We're going to skip the entry test because it has a couple of things that we haven't done. I'm going to add the scheme that is not included in your book for those of you who are using the book. And we're talking about Austin's scheme. Actually, there are 3 different types of acts, according to Austin: locutionary, illocutionary, and perlocutionary. Locutionary acts, you have to think that locutionary acts are the mere utterance of saying something with a literal meaning. For example, let's say that forget about this sentence can be a little confusing, the one in red, but locutionary act, it's hot in here. Okay? I'm saying an utterance, I'm performing an utterance, and this utterance has a literal meaning. The temperature is high, okay, in this place. The second type of act is called an illocutionary act or illocutionary force. And this is basically what the speaker has in mind when they say something like this. In this case, probably the speaker is saying, I want somebody to open a window. Okay? That's the aim that he has. So the literal meaning is that the temperature is high. It's hot in here. The social meaning, or the illocutionary force, is that the speaker wants somebody to open the window for them. And then there's the last type of act, perlocutionary act, also known as perlocutionary effect. This means that the utterance, it's hot in here, creates an effect on the hearer. In this case, we can say that if somebody says it's hot in here and they want somebody to open a window for them, there's probably somebody going to stand up and open a window for this person. Okay, so these are the three different types of act. Locutionary act, literal meaning. Illocutionary force, the social function or the aim that is behind an utterance. Perlocutionary effect is the effect that that utterance has on the hearer. Let's say that typically talking, there are three different types of sentences, and each of these type of sentences has a typical linguistic act that is performed through them. With declarations, declarative sentences, somebody usually asserts something. It's hot in here, for example. With the interrogative sentences, you're usually asking something. Is it hot in here? Or could you close the window? And then there are imperative sentences that are usually used to order somebody to do something. These are the typical linguistic acts that are performed through these types of sentences. Later on, we'll see that it's not always this way. But for now, declarations, interrogative sentences, and imperatives have this scheme, follow this scheme. So in this following exercise, I want you to figure out whether the acts that are performed through these utterances are of asserting, asking, or ordering. And then add whether these are declarative sentences, interrogative sentences, or imperative sentences. For instance, there's a lady at a ticket office in a railway station, and she says, "I'd like a day return to Morecambe, please." In this case, this is, the sentence type is a declarative sentence. I'd like a day return to Morecambe, please. But the act that is behind it is actually to request or order, or more requesting in this case, but that's what it is. Now, take some time to do these first three, these exercise 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's look at your answers for these first three. Speaker at a meeting on a hot political issue. Is it right to condone thuggery? So the sentence type is an interrogative sentence, right? But what this person is actually doing is asserting that it is not right. Okay, it's a rhetorical question. So the sentence type, even if it's a question, is actually affirming something. With number 3, the Duke of Omnium to his butler, who who sees to his every need, it's called in here hives. So here the sentence type is a declaration, right? But what he's doing with that is commanding. He's ordering this person to do something. To open the window, to close or open the window, depends. Number 4, to a companion on a country walk while climbing a fence. My skirt is caught on the barbed wire. The sentence is a declaration, but the act is a request. She wants to be freed from the barbed wire. And now do these last two, 5 and 6. In the first case, number 5, biology teacher says, note that the female cell has 2 X-shaped chromosomes. In this case, the sentence type, so what it looks like, is an imperative. Note. Act is informing somebody about something. The opposite happens in number 6. Mother to the child who is eating untidily. Look at the mess you've made under your chair. The sentence type is an imperative form, right? But the act is she is requesting or still ordering the kid to do something, meaning to clean up, or at least she wants to reprimand him. As you can see, not always the sentence type and the acts match up. Okay, so yes, for this number 6, you can also say that it's an assertion. Yeah, and the same thing for number 5. Okay. So it looks like an imperative, but it's asserting, actually. Now, we'll start Unit 23 about felicity conditions. Let's see if we can do the entry test. Number 1, name 3 performative verbs. Number 2, complete the following definition. A performative utterance is one that blank, some act, and blank that act. Number 3, note down the sentence type and the main illocutionary act performed in the following utterances. Man in a pet shop. Is that parrot expensive? Teacher to class. Oops. Teacher to class. I don't want to hear noise at the back of the class. Man helping a blind man across the road. Watch set. Letter D. Man in an argument. Do you take me for a fool? So let's see. 3 examples of performative verbs can be to promise, to beg, or to admit. And then going to the definition of performative utterances, it is one that describes some act and simultaneously performs that act. Man in a pet shop. Is that parrot expensive? The sentence type is a question, and the act is an inquiry about the price. I don't want to hear a noise at the back of the class. In this case, what we're doing here is that she is declaring something. But the act that is behind it is a command. With letter C, man helping a blind man across the road, watch the step. In this case, it is an imperative sentence. Watch the step. Should be followed by an exclamation mark anyway. But the act that he's doing is a warning. He wants to protect this blind man from falling, from tripping. And then, do you take me for a fool? In this case, the sentence type is a question. So, an interrogative question, interrogative sentence. But what it's actually doing is an assertion. If not threatening. Now, different topic. We're going to talk about felicity conditions. So, according to the definition over here, felicity conditions of an illocutionary act are conditions that must be fulfilled in the situation in which the act is carried out, if the act is to be said to be carried out properly or felicitously. What does this mean? Illocutionary act means a social function that a locutionary act does, okay, or has in mind. There have to be some conditions to be fulfilled in order to make that act have succeed. For example, take the case of the locutionary act, open the window. In the context, open the window, okay? One of the conditions that has to be satisfied in ordering, because you are actually ordering to do something, open the window, is that the speaker has to be superior to the hearer, or at least he has to have some sort of authority over the hearer. Take a situation like this. The queen can say to one of her servants, open the window. But one of the servants cannot say to the queen, open the window. At least, generally speaking, that's not how it works, okay? So the felicity condition in this case is that the speaker has to be superior to the hearer. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. We're going to look at other acts, illocutionary acts, and there are 4 suggested felicity conditions. Only 2 situations are correct. Indicate the ones that are correct, depending on the illocutionary act that has to be performed. Okay, let's start with these 2. Promising and apologizing. Let's look at number 1, promising. The speaker must intend to carry out the thing promised. Yes. The speaker must be inferior to the status to the hearer. In status to the hearer, not necessary. Number 3, the thing promised must be something that the hearer wants to happen. Correct. Number 3, letter D, the thing promised must be morally wrong. No, absolutely not. So the only 2 valid ones here are letter A and letter C, sorry. Take a look at apologizing now. Letter A, the speaker must be responsible for the thing apologized for. Not necessarily. Letter B, the thing apologized for must be or must have been unavoidable. Still not necessary. Letter C, the thing apologized for must be morally wrong. Yes, it is. And letter D, the hearer must not want the thing apologized for to happen or to have happened. And this one is valid too. So the 2 felicity conditions here are letter C and letter D. Take a look at the reading one. Okay, so in this case, sorry, multitasking, give me a second. Reading, the speaker and the hearer must be of different sex. Absolutely not. The speaker and the hearer must not be in the middle of a conversation. True. At least between each other. Letter C, the speaker must believe the hearer to have recently suffered a loss. Nope. The speaker feels some respect or some sense of community, also, however slight, with the hearer. True. So the felicity conditions here are B and D. Let's look at the naming one now. Naming, letter A. The thing or person named must not already have a recognized name known to the speaker. Right. Letter B. The speaker must be recognized by his community as having the authority to name. Yes. The thing or the person named must belong to the speaker. No. Letter D. The thing or person named must be held in consideration in considerable respect by the community. No. So here the felicity conditions are A and B. And now look at letter number 5, protesting. Letter A. The speaker and the hearer must have been recently in conflict with each other. No. The speaker must disapprove the state of affairs protested at. Yes. The state of affairs protested at must be disapproved by the general community. No. Letter D. This is supposed to be letter D, sorry. The hearer must be held to be responsible by the speaker for the state of affairs protested at. Right. So here the felicity conditions for protesting are letter where is it? B and letter D. And that is the end of Unit 23. So that is all for today, and next week we're going to have our last class on Monday, okay? Today's song, let me get to it. I Can Only Write My Name. Kids would laugh at my mom's accent and the food that she made. Say that stranger is my brother, 'cause we all look the same. Thought I'd be cool if I could laugh too, even at my own expense. I'd be just like all those guys, all American. Spent my life wishing my eyes were shaped a little differently, and always answered back in English when my family spoke to me. Now I'm ashamed I can only write my name. I'm ashamed and I'm the only one to blame, that I can only write my name. I can only write my name. I lost it all when I was young, so no one would ask me where I'm from. And now I don't speak the language, wouldn't even know how to say that I'm ashamed. Want to sit down with my grandpa? I know nothing about smile and nod instead of talking. I know nothing about smile and nod instead of talking. Only way we know how. So forgive me all the years I was embarrassed. Must have hurt to see I couldn't care less. I rejected my own culture like all Americans. Maybe I never had a hero I could look up to. It's hard to see yourself in Superman when he looks nothing like you. Now I'm ashamed I can only write my name. I'm ashamed I'm the only one to blame. Lost it all when I was young, so no one asked me where I was from. And now I don't speak the language, wouldn't even know how to say that I'm ashamed. That I can only say that I understand, and I can't stop running from who I am and write my own name. Okay, so let me give you the link. Fourth week, we're here. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and see you on Monday for our last class. Please, if you have any comments, any questions about the exams, please let me know, okay? And of course, I'm here to answer. Take care, stay healthy, and see you on Monday. Bye.